ready for that raw dog shit, nigga?
We know nothing about me.
Okay, all right.
Been talking to a therapist. He's trying to help me with the shit I be saying. I say crazy shit on my mouth for no reason. No fucking reason. Oh wait, maybe I said that shit about boyfriend because he got Tupac killed.
Somebody told that. Somebody told Puff, Pac gotta die, Big gotta die. And Suge Knight gonna go to jail. You know, these people plan 25 years in advance. Had Pac and Big still been alive today, come on, brother. You and I both know how strong they would have been.
The world of hip-hop has been shaken once again by explosive claims about the murders of two rap legends, Tupac Shakur and the notorious B.I.G., aka Biggie Smalls. Recent revelations have brought Sean Diddy Combs into the limelight, with multiple sources suggesting a possible connection to the deaths of these iconic artists. Is Diddy really responsible for the tragic murders of Tupac and Biggie? Let's dive into the details and separate the facts from fiction. At a recent concert, rapper 50 Cent made headlines when he claimed that Diddy was involved in the murder of Tupac. This isn't the first time 50 Cent has taken aim at the hip-hop mogul, but this accusation is one of the most direct and shocking. He suggested that Diddy played a pivotal role in orchestrating Tupac's assassination, raising eyebrows and reigniting debates about who really killed the West Coast legend.
I hate when they leave me to talk because I always say the wrong thing. I always say the wrong thing. Last time they left me, I said something about puffing. You saw that? You saw that clip?
Yeah!
I gotta stop doing that kind of shit. I've been talking to a therapist. He's trying to help me with the shit I be saying. I say crazy shit on my mouth for no reason. No fucking reason. Oh wait, maybe I said that shit about boyfriend because he got Tupac killed. That was for no reason, but they're just doing that. All the crazy shit that I see online, right?
It's not just 50 Cent who's pointing fingers at Diddy. Eminem, a rap heavyweight, also hinted at Diddy's alleged involvement in Tupac's death in his diss track Kill Shot, aimed at Machine Gun Kelly. While Eminem may have stated it in a lyrical, perhaps even sarcastic fashion, his mention of Diddy's involvement further fueled the conspiracy theories surrounding the death of Tupac Shakur.
Eminem shocked the hip-hop community on Friday, September 14th, when he dropped the Kill Shot diss track aimed at Machine Gun Kelly. One line in particular has the internet working overtime. This idiot's boss pops pills and tells him that he's got skills, but Kels, the day you put out a hit is the day Diddy admits that he put the hit out that got Pac killed, he spits, essentially implicating Diddy in Tupac's murder. One Twitter user wrote, "This is the Eminem I love the most." As most hip-hop aficionados know, Tupac's 1996 murder remains unsolved to this day. In fact, Thursday, September 13th, marked 22 years since the hip-hop luminary was fatally shot in Las Vegas. While M's accusations are bold, he insists he's joking at the end of the song. "And I'm just playing, Diddy, you know I love you," he says, similar to the cheeky endings of past glories such as Kill You and White America.
I'm just playing, ladies, you know I love you. I'm just playing, America. You know I love you.
Social media unsurprisingly went wild after hearing the Kill Shot line.
The allegations took a more official turn when a former LAPD detective came forward claiming that Diddy paid $1 million to have Tupac killed. According to this detective, the payment was supposedly meant for Keith D, a known figure in the hip-hop underworld. Keith D's involvement with Tupac's murder has been a topic of discussion for years, and now he finds himself behind bars, potentially facing charges directly connected to Tupac's assassination.
Rapper Tupac Shakur died September 13, 1996, following a drive-by shooting in Las Vegas, and Biggie Smalls was gunned down in Los Angeles 6 months later on March 9, 1997. The public and their fans still want to know who killed the rap stars, even though it's been 20 years. Now a retired cop from Los Angeles is convinced he has solved the murders. The LAPD detective Greg Kading's prime suspect is Sean Diddy Combs. In a documentary titled Murder Rap, the ex-cop claims that Combs, once known as P. Diddy, offered Crips member Keffy D, whose real name is Dwayne Keith Davis, $1 million to whack Shakur and his manager, Suge Knight. Then, Knight shelled out $13,000 to his own hitman, Bloods member Poochie, whose real name is Wardell Faust, to kill the late Biggie Smalls in retaliation. Kading supposedly wrangled a confession out of Keffy D.
The story takes another twist with the arrest of Keith D for Tupac's murder. This revelation has added fuel to the fire, as Keith D was allegedly the middleman who was supposed to receive the payment from Diddy for orchestrating the hit. While no official statement confirms these claims, the timing of Keith D's arrest has people questioning whether the truth about Tupac's death is finally coming to light.
Puffy gave Zip $1 million that was supposed to be handed over, and Zip ended up keeping it. And I remember when I interviewed TK Kirkland, who was actually roommates with Zip at one point. They were that close. He actually said, yeah.
The Fed said that too.
He said that shit actually happened. Well, the story that has circulated was that after Tupac got killed, Puffy allegedly gave the money
I heard
to Zip.
Yes.
And Zip was supposed to give the money to Keefy and them.
Yes.
But he never gave the money to him.
But thank God he never gave him the money, right? Think about it. If he gave the money, Puffy will be in prison now, money for hire, a murder for hire. So thank God. It's just a true story. I'm not saying yes or no, but if he would have gave them the money, it'd have been a murder for hire and Puffy would be locked up.
Yeah,
And he
said he's
basically
a dirty motherfucker.
Yeah, and he even said that, like, in retrospect, that was probably the best thing that could have ever happened to Puffy. By Zip stealing the money, now Puffy isn't connected to that shit. Or else it would have been like a murder for hire or something, you know what I'm saying?
The history between Tupac and Diddy traces back to the infamous Quad Studios shooting in 1994. Tupac always believed that Diddy and Biggie were behind this attack, which left him wounded and deeply distrustful of his peers. This event is often cited as the catalyst that sparked the East Coast-West Coast feud. A rival mounting allegations and whispers in the hip-hop community, Diddy has always maintained his innocence. He has repeatedly denied any involvement in Tupac's or Biggie's murders, insisting that he had nothing to do with their tragic ends. But how much of this is true, and how much is simply an attempt to protect his legacy?
Now, it was this documentary that claimed, which we know wasn't true.
Yeah, check this out. We don't talk about things that are nonsense. We don't even entertain nonsense, my brother. So we're not even going to go there, with all due respect, but I appreciate you as a journalist asking. Thank you.
Because listen, 7 years ago, I'd have been like, yo, did you hire somebody to kill Pac? But no, you do it like a journalist.
Yeah, no, I mean, we wouldn't even get into nonsense like that. You know what I'm saying? It's nonsense.
Which we never believed, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
The narrative takes a darker turn when Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, claimed that Diddy was not only involved in Tupac's murder, but also played a role in Biggie's death. According to Deal, Diddy brought Biggie to Los Angeles, knowing he might get dealt with as retaliation for Tupac's killing. He suggests that Diddy was aware of the danger Biggie was in, but chose to ignore it, leading to his tragic death in March 1997.
You gotta look at what people do, man. You know Pac just got killed. It ain't no kind of business Big was doing. Big couldn't even walk. He couldn't run. They was pushing him around in a wheelchair, brother. Why the hell would you rent studio time in LA for him to finish your album when in fact you got your own studio, Daddy's house? Let's keep it a buck. Let's stop this bullshit, man. Let's stop doing these interviews, man, about this shit. Because people ain't getting it. He did not want the beef with the Crips. Huff ain't want the beef with the Dog Pound, Snoop them or whatever. Big started that beef. You understand what I'm saying? Puff ain't want none of that beef. So what I'm gonna do is, y'all want the sheep? I'm gonna put them out the pasture.
It's impossible to ignore the eerie similarities between the murders of Tupac and Biggie, who once used to be good friends. Both were shot to death while sitting in cars, just 6 months apart, in cities on opposite sides of the country. These parallels have led many to speculate that their deaths were orchestrated by the same individual, pointing fingers once again at Diddy.
You ready, nigga? Yeah. Ready for that raw dog shit, nigga? I'm on the underground, man. Okay, all right. Let me see how I'm gonna hit you with. You wanna set it off?
Yeah, I'm scared to do some freestyle. I'm scared to do some freestyle. Blow, I'm too high and I might go off tempo, but now I'm back to let these niggas know just how deep.
Gene Deal revealed that Diddy knew well in advance that Tupac and Diddy were going to die.
Somebody told that. Somebody told Puff, Pac gotta die, Big gotta die. And Suge Knight gonna go to jail. You know, these people plan 25 years in advance. Had Pac and Big still been alive today, come on, brother. You and I both know how strong they would have been.
Biggie said he was shocked about Tupac's death and that he felt bad for his family. He would be killed in a similar fashion as Tupac just 6 months later.
That's a big...
Told Puffy that people were coming to kill them during the night of Biggie's murder. Puffy refused to listen and insisted on taking Biggie to the party where he would end up dead.
I tell Chaz, the day of the party, I spoke to Chaz. He said, yeah, it's gonna be some street shit, bruh. I'm letting you know that. So now I called my man, I forgot his name D, but I called him. He used to fuck around with Jodeci. I asked him, was they coming to the party? Cause we going to the Vibe party. And he said, nah, we ain't going. So I come in the house, cause I was at the Beverly Hills Hotel, and I go directly upstairs. I say, Paul, what Puff at? He upstairs with Kim. So I call him, I say, Puff. He comes to the top of the staircase. And I say, yo, Puff, I got some intel, brother. You understand? Now, Puff know, he ain't never heard me ever tell him not to go nowhere. And I didn't tell him not to go nowhere that night. I said, Puff, I got some intel. The guys are coming to kill us tonight at the museum party. He said, Gene, I don't want to hear that shit. He said, you ain't got to go if you don't want to go. You understand? But I don't want to hear that.
Adding to the weight of these allegations is retired NYPD officer Derek Parker, who publicly stated that he believes Diddy might have had a hand in Tupac's death. This former officer's opinion adds a layer of credibility to the claims, suggesting that law enforcement officials may have suspected Diddy's involvement for years.
As I had explained to the hierarchy here in New York about the Bad Boy, with Bad Boy versus Death Row, about how this whole thing started. What happens is that Orlando Anderson went out and he was in the car with 3 other people. All those 3 people are dead that were in the car with him. Right. So none of them were around. Keefe D was the only guy that was left, and he wasn't supposedly the actual shooter, he was in the car. So he gave up information incriminating himself on Vlad TV and other social media outposts, where he was saying that he was there, he knew about the car, he knew about the shooting. Now, there was a problem with Puff, or Diddy, Sean Combs as we say, and Death Row Records with Suge Knight. There was a total beef with them because of the shooting that happened in Atlanta with Jake Robles when he got killed, when one of Puffy's guys killed one of Suge's guys. So that beef stemmed from back then. But there was always this indication that Puffy paid or had money put up with another individual who's dead, named Zip, to provide protection money.
Most recently, Diddy was arrested on September 16th on a racketeering indictment. The timing has fueled speculation about whether this could also be connected to the long-standing rumors of his involvement in the murders of Tupac and Biggie.
This morning, watch how federal agents took Sean Diddy Combs into custody. He's seen in this video entering the Park Hyatt Hotel in Midtown Manhattan with others when agents from Homeland Security Investigations approach and separate him. They place Combs under arrest and lead him out the front door in handcuffs. His lawyer said Combs had come to New York 2 weeks earlier with the intention of turning himself in. He did not expect the agents to be waiting at his hotel last Monday night.
Why doesn't the government want him to turn himself in? Because then they can't ask for detention. So they go and they arrest him. They arrest a guy who came to New York to turn himself in.
For decades, the murders of Tupac Shakur and the notorious B.I.G. have remained two of the most enduring mysteries in the history of hip-hop. And while the truth may never be fully known, the recent allegations against Diddy have certainly reignited the conversation. Could there be more to this story than meets the eye? Is Diddy truly responsible for the deaths of two of rap's greatest icons? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: these questions won't be going away anytime soon. Let us know what you think in the comments. That's it for now. For more updates, hit the bell icon.